All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. And that's right, it looks like Nike and possibly some other companies, we're just gonna talk about Nike today, are swinging the ban hammer, the suspension hammer, back at eBay, who is in turn having to, basically suspend accounts because you're not following policy. So this is for shoes mainly is what I've seen. I've been messaged and sent probably in the neighborhood of about 5 or 6 messages from different people. I've seen some Instagram and social media posts about it. So what are we talking about? We're talking about people who go to Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, the Nike outlet, Burlington, a couple other places people source from, and they buy Nikes either in the box, brand new, which we're gonna talk about the brand new description, or sometimes they come without the box, which you can sell new without box. Anyways, those are the things we're talking about, buying them for 20, 30, 40 bucks, selling them for 70, 80, 90, making $25, $30 profit, which is great if you don't live in Florida, because that's not possible, at least not here in Tampa at these stores. I have sourced every Marshalls, every Ross, every TJ Maxx in a 50-mile radius from where I live in the Tampa, Brandon area, south of Sarasota, north to places like Wesley Chapel, to Lakeland, and also I have people who have been out to Orlando and told me it's horrible. So anyways, if you're lucky enough to live in an area, California, Texas, anywhere else where it's possible, and you're sourcing these shoes to sell, there are some very important things you need to keep an eye on and keep in mind when you are listing them on eBay, and that's to list them correctly. So it looks like Nike is actually buying shoes off of sellers, off of eBay, trying to find sellers who are listing shoes incorrectly. That way they can report it to eBay, and you in turn will get in trouble and not be able to sell on eBay any longer. People are getting suspended, and the suspension notices are permanent. The chances of them getting back on eBay, well, probably slim to none. Until this year, I had never seen anyone get around a permanent suspension from eBay. It says indefinitely, and then I saw somebody who did it. Whether there's more to the story or it was legit, I don't know, but it was done. So maybe it's possible. I had never seen it till this year, but if this happens to you, it's certainly not going to be easy if it's possible. So what are the 3 things that Nike is looking for / eBay? Well, one is authenticity. So fake knockoffs is obvious. If you're sourcing from the Nike outlet, from Ross, chances are you probably won't run into that. Keep your receipts, keep where you bought them from, all that good stuff, in case you have to authenticate. I don't think that's a major problem. I think most of the people, at least the ones I saw getting suspended, are buying authentic Nikes for the most part. There may be somebody or some people who are up to no good, but I don't believe that's the case with most of them. So the second thing is selling items brand new with defects or second. So some people might call them the second cast-offs. They didn't make the first run of Nike, so they have like a factory defect or a factory flaw. People are listing those as brand new, be it in the box or out of the box, either description. If it has a flaw, there is a condition note for that. So I'm reading right off of eBay's website in the condition shoes notes, which I'll link this down below. There's new with box, and that's a brand new, unused, unworn, including handmade, in the original packaging, such as the original box or the bag, and or with the original tags attached. There's brand new without a box. That's a brand new, unused, unworn item, including handmade, that is not in the original packaging and may be missing the original packaging material, such as the box or bag. The original tags may not be attached. For example, new shoes with absolutely no signs of wear that are no longer in their original box fall into this category. So if the item is absolutely perfect, but it doesn't have that original box or that bag or whatever, and the tags may be missing, that could be sold as new without box. New with defects. Now keep this one in mind, guys. This is the important one. A brand new, unused, unworn item, possibly cosmetic imperfections, range from natural color variations to scuffs, cuts, nicks, hanging threads, missing buttons that occasionally occur during the manufacturing or delivery process. The apparel may contain irregular or mismarked size tags. The item may be missing the original packaging material, such as the original box or the tag. New factory seconds or new irregular items may fall into this category. The original tags may or may not be attached. See the seller's listings for full details and descriptions of imperfections. This is the one that Nike's looking for. People that are buying those seconds with like the stitching hanging off, something made it not qualify for Nike to sell it as a first, as a normal brand new shoe sale. They casted it off. It ended up at a Nike outlet, or perhaps it ended up at Ross or Marshall's. And people are listing those new with box or new without box, either one, and not new with defects. That is a manipulative process that people will do in order, because the new with defect category, these shoes might be worth 50. The new without box, they might be worth 70, and the new with box, they're worth 90. So it's in their best interest, which not in the long run, but in the short run, to list these items as new without box or new with box, because they get an extra $20, $30, $40, which is where the profit margin is. This is how they're making the profit, because when you list an item new with defects, at that price, you're probably too close to break even. But if you can list them, maybe there's some money to be made, maybe. But at new without box, new with box, you certainly can make money. And I'll make sure at some point during this video, I put that little description note that I'm reading will appear over my head somewhere, and you'll be able to see it right along as I'm reading it. So be careful and make sure you are listing these and including any flaws, defects. List it exactly perfect, because listen, you know, kind of cutting a corner and working around the bush to make an extra $10 or $20 in profit is not going to be worth losing your account, having to go on Instagram and complain later, or Twitter or Facebook, or in the Facebook group, mainly where I saw it, or wherever that you lost your account. You're going to be much more upset and sad losing that account than losing that extra $10 or $20. Just sell it like it should be sold and be done with it. That way you don't get in trouble. They are doing set up sting buys in order to buy from you to see if you're describing them accurately. So make sure you're abiding by the rules, and you don't have to really worry too much about it. The third one is people selling stuff new with box that don't actually have the box. That should be pretty obvious also. The authentication and the new with box versus not box shouldn't be too big of a problem. It's that new with defects that are getting people in a lot of trouble. So when you buy the shoes, check them out. Make sure there's nothing going on. If there is, describe it 100% fully, cleanly, and you should be perfectly okay. I will share this box again. I'll link it down below where you can click it and read it yourself. I'll also have this box up above me as I'm reading, so you guys will see it. Nothing to panic about, nothing to be insanely crazy about. This could be the beginning of just you know, Nike moving from Amazon over to eBay, because you know, Nike on Amazon very, very strict. Nike on eBay has not been as strict. And it may be time that they are moving that route. So just something to pay attention to, something to keep an eye on. I'm not going to say one way or the other what it's going, because I don't sell these shoes. Again, here in Florida, it's impossible. I sell a lot of used Nike gear. I've sold a few brand new Nike items, but just describe them properly and you should be A-okay. If you're trying to get around the system to make a few extra bucks, that's where you're going to run into problems. So with that said, a lot of people messaged me, emailed me. I just wanted to address it. I didn't want everyone to panic. I just wanted to let you know what was going on, what could happen, and how to prevent it. And hopefully that helps you. If there's questions, comments, concerns, as always, leave them down below. You know, I'm not fully educated on the story, but I am educated to that point of that's what happened to some people, and that is the rule. So that is black and white on eBay's site. Make sure you pay attention to it. Thanks guys for watching. I will see you next time. Check out the description box for everything you need. And until tomorrow, I'll see you then.